do you see here? Egusquiñe.
Two doctors.
Where are they? In a hospital. What are they doing, Joseba? An operation, okay. Has anybody ever has been in a hospital? Have you ever been in hospital for some reason or the other? Not at the doctor's, at the hospital. Nobody? But you've been at the doctor's. Okay. Arcaiz, when you went to the doctor's the last time, what was it? Why? Why did you go to the doctor's?
The last time because I have hurt in my leg.
You had a pain in your leg. How did it happen?
Because I was playing football and
Okay, had a pain in your leg. Other reasons you've been to the doctor's? Ike.
Because I had a cold.
You had a cold. Okay. Javi?
Because I had the flu.
Flu. You had the flu. When flu is a typical illness, summer illness, winter illness, winter. Okay. Other reasons you've gone to the doctor's?
Because I had stains in my...
You like spots or okay, a stain, you have a stain on your shirt, like ketchup falls on your shirt, you try to wash it, you get a stain, but on your skin you have spots, okay? Spots. Other reasons? Headaches, okay, headaches. More. A toothache. Well, toothache, you don't go to the doctors, you go to the dentist. More. A stomachache. If you eat too much and you're not feeling well, like indigestion, other illnesses, your family. If it's not you, fathers, mothers, uncles, grandmothers. Sometimes in winter, teachers get this a lot. They talk so much. It hurts a lot. You talk a lot and it hurts. Nobody knows? A sore throat, okay? You get a sore throat. Okay, you get a sore throat. When you eat, when you swallow, it hurts a lot. Headache. Stomachache. Stomachache. Toothache. A sore throat. A pain. You can have a pain in your leg, a pain in your arm, you can have a pain in your back, okay? Cold, flu, spots, headache, toothache, stomachache, indigestion, a sore throat.
cold, flu, spots, headaches,
There are a lot more illnesses, okay? Now, you're going to go to the doctors, okay? You're going to go to the doctors. One of you is going to be the well, you're not going to go to the doctors. You're going to imagine, okay, you're at the doctor's listening to a conversation doctor and patient have. Page 88 in your books. Page 84, 84. You have several conversations, okay, but we're going to focus on D and E. In pairs, you're going to predict, you're going to try to guess what the doctor says, what the patient says, okay? You have most of the conversation done. You just have to fill in the words, okay? With a pencil in your book. You do it in pairs, okay? Very, very simple. There's more than one possibility, okay?
This morning. That's right. Now, where exactly does it hurt?
If you don't know, just leave it blank. Roll the rest.
Oh, yes. Good morning, Mr. Palmer. What's the matter?
You've been doing it in pairs. You're going to listen to the tape again, well, once, check, and then check with your partner, okay? Listen to the tape and then see if you get the same answers.
D.
It's a really bad pain, Doctor. Down here.
Which side?
This side.
How long has this been going on? When did it start?
Yesterday morning, Doctor. I thought perhaps it was indigestion, but it's too bad for that.
All right, now just lie down here. That's right. Now, where exactly does it hurt? Is it here?
Oh, yes.
E. Good morning, Mrs. Palmer. What's the problem?
Well, I've got a bad sore throat, Doctor.
Oh, dear. How long have you had it?
Oh, about a week. It's getting very painful. It's difficult to eat.
Check. Compare your answers. English. Okay, last chance.
Your chest. Too slow. D.
It's a really bad pain, Doctor. Down here.
Which side?
This side.
How long has this been going on? When did it start? How long have you had it?
Oh, about a week. It's getting very painful. It's difficult to eat.
F.
Check again. Have it complete, right? Okay, who wants to be doctor? Who wants to be patient? Nobody. Okay, you said no. Iker. You're the doctor, you're the patient.
I'm the doctor.
Yes.
Sí, patient, empiezas.
It's a really bad pain, Doctor. Down here.
Which side?
This side.
How long has this been going on? When did it start?
Yesterday morning, Doctor. I thought perhaps it was indigestion, but it's too bad for that.
Okay.
It's not exactly okay. All right, all right. You got the idea.
Now just lay down here.
How do you spell that?
L. A.
No.
No.
It's the other verb. L-I-E. And the three tenses of to lie are lie, lay, lay. This is a confusing verb. Okay. Go on. Now just lie down here.
That's right. Now, where exactly does it hurt? Is it here?
Oh, yes.
Another doctor and another patient.
Okay, how long have you had it?
Oh dear, oh dear. How long have you had it? D-E-A-R. Did you get it all? Any questions? No? Okay. What illnesses do you think these people have? He thought it was indigestion, but it was worse than that. It could be a stomach ache, okay? Or it could also be worse. It says it hurts down here. I don't exactly know which side it is, but Appendicitis. Okay, very good. Appendicitis. This itis, Spanish itis, in English is itis. Okay, say appendicitis. Double P, appendicitis. Indigestion. Indigestion. Arguiñe?
Indigestion.
Okay. Stomach ache. Okay, so the first person can have either appendicitis or stomach ache. Second person. Could be flu, but I think it's probably a sore throat. Okay, a sore throat. Here we don't have the doctor's advice, the doctor's treatment. What do you think the doctor is going to tell the person with a stomach ache, with appendicitis? If it's a stomach ache, don't eat so much. Okay, it could be a type of indigestion. What else? Don't eat so much. Maybe he's not eating the right food. He will have to go on a diet. Could be. If it's appendicitis, operation. The person with a sore throat, what do you think they will probably tell him?
Take an aspirin and drink more water.
Drink a lot of liquids, water, other type of liquids. Orange juice, lemon juice, milk with honey. Okay, that's grandmother's recipe. What else? Aspirin, probably not. Don't speak so much. Good. You're going to do something similar to what these people have done on the tape, okay? One of you is going to be the doctor, and another one is going to be a patient, okay? The patient is going to have a strip of paper. On this paper, you write the illness. It can be one of these, it can be some other, okay? But don't make it too difficult. Some illness you've had. This way you know the symptoms, okay? You don't show it to the doctor, you just keep it. And let's see if the doctors are good and they guess the illness, okay? The doctors have this kind of sheet where they have to take note of the patient's information, like what kind of questions do you think the doctor will ask? If it's the first time the patient goes to the doctors, he will have to know the name, address probably, the age. Then, about the illness, what kind of questions did this doctor ask, the one in the book?
Since when does it hurt?
Okay, how long has it been happening to him? When did it start? Other kind of things. He will probably try to guess what the illness is and then give a treatment, okay? You just note form. Don't write long sentences, note forms, okay? The person I give this sheet to is the doctor. The person I give the strip of paper to is the patient, okay? The patient just writes the illness. The doctor can go thinking what kind of questions he'll ask, and then starts asking, and takes note of the patient's answers. If you need help, raise your hand and ask.
What is your address?
I live in Doctor Street.
I'm 35. 5.
What side?
¿Problem?
And I have a pain in my throat.
¿Qué tienes tú?
A pain.
¿Qué es eso?
Un dolor. Pain.
Ah, pain.
Yeah. And it makes problems to me when I swallow.
Vaya, when do you have? Injured?
Since yesterday morning.
Que no tienes el dolor. He has a pain
In my throat.
Let it getting worse, it can be a very serious problem, and you will have to go to New York to operate. So, operation the 27 May, and treatment a diet. You can eat me.
Picnic like, I don't know, fish.
Fish, you have to eat fish, for example, sardine.
You have all the information you need? Yes? Okay. With these notes you've written, both of you, okay, the doctor's going to write it, but both of you have to help, okay? You have to agree on the report. The doctor has to write a report, okay? He has to write a report. The model's on the blackboard, okay? The report, we don't know who it's for, okay? To whom it may concern. When we don't know somebody's name, like dear Mr. Ormaza or whatever, okay? We just, to whom it may concern, okay? You write the patient's name, and you put, is suffering from a blank. You don't write the illness, okay? You don't write the illness. He must, and you write out the treatment you've given him, okay? He must do this, and this. Be clear, okay? Be very clear. And he can't return to work before May the 9th or whenever you want. And then you sign it, okay? Make the handwriting very clear, okay? Very clear. The patient's name has to be clear, and the treatment has to be clear. This slip of paper, then you're going to pass round, okay? If I'm this pair, after everybody finishes the report, I pass it to this group. This group passes it to my group, okay? And I have to read the report, I have to read the treatment, and try to guess what the illness is, okay? But I don't write the illness on this sheet of paper. I will give you a sheet for you to write it on. You have to pass the paper around to all the different groups until I say stop, okay? So you might read 5 or 6 reports, yeah? Good. You don't have to write the illness. The purpose of this is to pass it around, and the other groups have to guess the illness, okay? So erase this better. A little bit chapuza.
How do you say
Abrigarse. Wear warm clothes. Where? Wear. What are you wearing? I am wearing. Wear warm clothes. W-A-R-M. Warm clothes. That's not very clear. Write it clearly. Warm. W-A-R-M. Warm clothes. R-M. Okay.
How do you say? To be in diet,
He must go on a diet. Go on a diet. He must go on a diet.
What is in English manzanilla?
How do you say manzanilla? Chamomile. I don't know if they will know that word. Let's see. Yeah. You're the doctor. You're the doctor. Well. Okay. I think most of you have finished. Let you move. You have to pass the sheet. Well, I'm going to give you a sheet for you to write the patient's illness and the patient's name, okay? You have to guess. You can't write on this sheet of paper. You're going to write here. Patient's name and what illness do you think he has? Or he or she, okay? You write it here. Do not write here, please. Let's pass it this way. You go passing it that way. Oh. Well, you pass it to, you just leave it on the table, and I'll be there. You pass it this way, you pass it this way, this way, this way. You pass it here, here, here. You go there, 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 and you pass it back. Okay? You understand the movement? Like this? Just a minute. Everybody's ready? It's not a race, eh? It's not a race. 1, 2, 3. You can start. You read it and you guess what the patient illness is.
Pásame. Oye, dar más pistas, ¿no?
Finished? Speed up. Here, somebody gets stuck.
Stay in bed and have nothing to worry. And this drink a lot of liquid. Flu. Flu, sería.
I am Nagore. I. T. I. S. S. That's why I told you to be clear. Well, stop. Okay. We're going to call out names. Okay, we're going to call out names. Everybody hasn't done everybody's report. Okay, we'll call out some names and let's see if you agree on the illness. Let's see. Ander.
Stomachache. Stomachache. Stomachache.
A stomachache. Yes? Indigestion. Well, okay, we could accept that. Appendicitis.
Don't have to take hot liquid.
He mustn't take hot liquids. He mustn't drink hot liquids. So you say it's appendicitis. With appendicitis, you mustn't drink hot liquids? Oh, I don't know. I've never had it. But who wrote Gorkas? So what is it exactly?
Stomachache.
It's a stomachache. Okay. Something else, Álvaro. Egusquiña has a cold. Yes? Yes, they say it's a cold. Everybody has a cold? Egusquiña? No? What do you have? You don't have Egusquiña.
Cold.
A cold?
Cold. Flu or cold.
Flu or cold, okay. Flu? Temperature. Fever. Where's the report? Egusquiña? Where's Egusquiña? Okay, read the report. Amaya, read Egusquiña's report, please. You have Aintzane. Okay.
Egusquiña Arastegi, he must take aspirin and stay in bed and can return to work before May.
Okay. Could be. The last one? Amaya. Paul Smith. Oh, we have an Englishman now. What does Paul Smith have? He has a sore throat. Paul Smith's? Sore throat? Sore throats? Yes, everybody has it. Okay. What was the problem you found in some of the reports? There was one that you said it can be anything. Why? Why was that?
Because it was he must stay in bed and take medicaments.
What do you take? That's not exactly the word. In general, what? Yeah, that's what was written. But how do you say? Like pills and. In general, how's the word for that? Medicine. Medicine. Okay. Just a small review. Or appendicitis? Okay. Sore throat.
Earache.
An earache. Backache or, okay. She will say, what will she say? Oh, I have a pain, but It hurts. It's very painful. Okay. Treatments. Treatments. What do doctors tell you to do?
To go on a diet.
To go on a diet? Drink a lot of liquids. We're not talking about any illness specifically, okay? In general, go on diets, drink a lot of liquids, stay in bed, take aspirin. If it's very bad, appendicitis. Operation. Okay, where do they operate you? In a hospital. Hospital. Okay, very good. Some of you were not very good doctors, eh? You were asking me a lot of questions. You two especially, you're not going to study the career of medicine, I think, okay? You are? Or you aren't? Does anybody want to be a doctor? Is anybody thinking of being a doctor? Thinking. Iker? Arguiña, would you like to? No. Why not? Why wouldn't you like to be a doctor?
I don't like.
It's a very nice profession, no?
You have to see. I don't know how to explain it.
What kind of things do you see? Accidents, blood. You see blood, a lot of blood. Okay? Well, we finish off with this, and let's see. Keep the records. You don't have to keep the yellow sheet, okay? But you can keep the records, okay? And we might do something on it. Yeah? I was born in Oregon, in Ontario, Oregon. And, well, my parents are Basque. So my first language was Basque and then English. So when I came here, I was 12 years old, and I had to study in Spanish, so I had to learn the language. And it was hard. It was hard. So I think not always, because you keep forgetting, but I try to to remember, well, the difficulties I had in learning the language. But for example, well, what I don't do is translate in class, because it's something I didn't do either. I just had, well, they give me a picture and I had to write compositions, and they tried to make me think in Spanish. And I had to watch a lot of TV and things like that. So I try not to translate, talk a lot in English, so they get used to the language. What I try to do is get them involved in the subject. Well, the topics they like, or even if the book leads you to something, well, always try to extend it to what can be more useful to them or what they're interested in. Because I think motivation is important. And at least if they're talking about their experience, or everybody has something to say. But if it's Paul Smith speaking about his daughter, Susan, well, it's like something very, very strange for them. I used to teach in elementary school, 12, and if you get the pronunciation, well, if you get them to like the subject at that age, I think it's important to have good teachers at those levels, because they imitate. And I told them, exaggerate the way they speak. And some of them do it very, very well. But some others just read it in Spanish as it is. And you can repeat it 20 times, that you ask him individually and he'll say, well, headache or whatever, something terrible. I don't know what that's due to, and you make them repeat and you tell them what's wrong, and you tell them, you're going to say it like this, it's like this, but if it's your problem, I don't know. When I saw the recording, I saw that I spoke real fast. But maybe it's that I always speak that fast. Anyway, they should, at that level, they should understand that speed. And then the instructions I gave them, they were maybe, I spoke a lot. I spent too much time on the instructions. But it was a complicated exercise. There were a lot of strips of paper, and anyway, 2 of them got it wrong. So So no matter how long you spend time on the instructions, well, somebody will always get it wrong. There were written mistakes, there were oral mistakes, and then they spoke Spanish. So the Spanish they spoke was just for saying, well, this pen isn't writing, and some things don't make it so difficult for me, but something not important for the exercise because they did it in English. Then when they checked the exercise, the dialogue, I told them to read it out loud. It was to check the answers, to see their mistakes, and there was some pronunciation mistake, but I expected it. I mean, it's the pronunciation and the lane verb that's always confusing for them. Anyway, I think they did quite a good job on the lesson because the topic's not very interesting. They don't like it very much. They confuse the pronunciation. The words are very similar to Spanish. They like more, I don't know, to tell about their own experiences and about their own life. They haven't gone to the doctor. They don't write to do anything writing about any medical experiences. From the book, I just chose the listening because the next part was the reported speech part. And I think they had to feel first, well, a little bit more confident with the lexis and with the vocabulary, well, yeah, the lexis pronunciation before going on to the structure. The writing part was a little bit hard to find out what to do, but I think it turned out well because it has a purpose in connection to the next activity, which is guessing. I think what I missed was more free discussion, get them to talk, because we do that. They do it quite well, and that's what they really like doing. But I don't know why, maybe time or this time just didn't turn out that way. But I think I should have done a little bit more on talking, on speaking, and then maybe insist a little bit on some structure. Because in the writing I saw that some of the commands, negative commands, weren't that well. But I feel happy. The lesson as a whole, I think it turned out well. Now looking back, I would change some things, but, well, you can't get it right at the beginning.
Absent-minded.
In the first part of the lesson, the class builds up a list of adjectives that describe people's characters.
Nice. Great. Really very nice. Good. Now, I want you to think of 3 people you know. This could be 3 people in your family, 3 neighbours, 3 people you've met in Britain. And I want you to describe them using some of them.
John, don't say any more.
Well, perhaps I've had enough too.
The students then listen to a recording and match the adjectives on the list with the speakers they have heard. This leads on to the main reading stage of the lesson. As the reading stage begins, the teacher has just introduced the word doodle.
Some time or another, and the piece of reading that you're going to do today is connected with this. And as preparation for that, I would really like to find out what you do when you're sitting on the phone to Brazil or wherever for a couple of hours. And to give you a couple of ideas with this, you need this bit of paper here. Perhaps you could pass the rest along for me. Now, I think, I may be wrong, I think doodling is something which comes from really deep inside. It's a sort of, it's something I do completely instinctively without thinking, and then I go, oh, look what I've done to so-and-so's homework or whatever. And last night, I gave this piece of paper that you have to a friend of mine, and I said to her, Choose two of these unfinished drawings, and finish them in some way. I'll show you what she came up with. Let's see if it'll come up here. She chose the two on the left-hand side here, and that's how she filled it in. I'd like you to do the same. Choose two of the unfinished drawings and finish them in some way. You have 3 minutes to do it. Two. Now, wait a minute, that's starting to look like something I know. Suspiciously like a flag to me.
Right.
You obviously haven't got it out of your mind yet. It's nice here. That's interesting. This is something which you're going to see with the piece of reading. And before you see the text, I have a couple of questions to ask you. This drawing was completed by a person who was given an empty box to fill. What kind of person do you think would make a drawing like that?
A child, a cheerful person.
Okay.
Because boys do not make a heart.
Say again, sorry?
Girl.
Because?
Boys do not make a heart.
To break hearts.
Shall I write that up? Sorry, somebody said something.
It smells like cats.
Okay.
And flowers.
Well, you'll see in a moment whether or not you're on the right track. The piece of reading I want you to do is in this red book. I'll show you which page it is. It's right near the beginning. It's on page 6. And there are 9 filled boxes here and 9 paragraphs which describe the person who completed the boxes. Your job is to match the picture with the right text. Don't try to understand everything. Don't use a dictionary if possible. Work as fast as you can. Match the pictures to the text. Can you help me out by jotting down your answers on a piece of paper somewhere and not in the book? That would be great. You don't need to read every word. For example, if you see house, then you know you can match it. Yeah, that's it. That's right, that's fine. Okay. These are fine. This one is different. These are fine. While we're waiting for the others, have a look at, just read through this. This one is different. Anyway, we'll read them through. I'll read them through for everybody. Okie doke, let's check. I have 1 with H.
Oh no, mine is
2 with E. 3 with F. 4 with A. What do you have with 5?
G.
And 6? 7? And 8? And 9? That's it. Okay, go over to the next page. There's a couple of exercises here we're going to do. We're going to do this exercise dealing with unfamiliar words, and this is an exercise to help you understand vocabulary without a dictionary. And you're going to do 1 and 2. Again, if you wouldn't mind just putting your answers down on a piece of paper. 1, decide what part of speech the word is. Look at the following words and decide whether they're nouns, verbs, or adjectives. And you do that by looking at the words and looking at the words in the text. Then exercise 2, choose the most likely answer to the following questions. So I'd like you to do that one. You can do this alone if you like, or do it with somebody else if you find that easier. Check the paragraphs with the ones I have on the board before you do the question. And while you're waiting, have a look through part 2. Yeah.
I think there's a mistake here because gregariousness is not in paragraphy.
Check up here. Check with my list. You'll be all right. That's okay. I'm not worried about the writing. Yeah, your English has really come on since I last saw you in February. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's nice.
Thanks.
Okay. Everybody's had number 2 checked. The dealing with the unfamiliar words. Everybody's had that checked through. We may take some time to finish off the summary writing tomorrow. Meantime, I'd like to go back to the one which you did. Can you fish that out from wherever it is? That one. That's the one. And let's see. Working with a partner, compare the drawings to the ones with the text and see if you can understand the personality of the person from the drawing. Have a look at it together.
The big confusing lines, yeah.
I don't think you can say anything to this one. This is good.
Enjoy active choosing. With big.
This is an R, huh?
Yeah. For Roberto. Yeah, I can see you like to write your name.
Why did you draw both?
Because in Denmark we have a lot of fisher boats there. And I love to be on.
Once again, you have the Danish flag.
Yep, because I'm very proud of being there. Like you.
This one?
Proud
No,
of
I don't think so.
So
don't worry.
Why didn't you put a fish here like me?
No.
This is a fish boat to have fish.
Yeah, but I also need a...
About it between yourself and the framework. I don't think so.
A whale there.
A good line.
Flag.
I don't think you can just
the level for Denmark would have on your car.
Yeah.
I don't know what do you have in Brazil?
No, we don't have it.
No?
Oh, nothing about it.
not really.
Why not?
I don't know, don't have this. This is very European. If you go to America or Japan, they don't have it.
Yes.
Strong film for them.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you. And maybe we should just come back to the ones that you had a guess at earlier. The ones with the hearts and the flowers. Were you close with any of this? That was paragraph I. Sentimental, kind, affectionate. Oh, you're not a million miles away. And this one was Picture 1. You think you're on the right lines here? Not too far away. Not too bad. Okay, that's it. Thank you for your concentration. It's another warm day. This particular class, many of them enjoy working for 10 to 15 minutes and then having a little break. Some of them are quite capable of working 50 minutes straight through on something difficult. And so I've timetabled a combination of the two so that we have lessons where there are sharp slots of 15, 20 minutes and then move on to something else. And lessons a little bit like the reading one we did today, where I asked them to work with one text over a 50-minute period and really try and get to grips with it and try and come away with some vocabulary.
On these cards, I've got pictures of objects. Okay. But in each case, there's a problem with the object. What I'd like you to do is to describe the problem in the simplest of words. Okay? Okay. What do we have to do? Karine, can you explain?
We have to describe what is wrong in the object.
Right. So, take your pick.
Can we say the name of the object?
Yes, of course, yes. It's not a secret. You got two? You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, if it's that easy, I'm going to give you another one.
You can choose.
Right. Okay. All you can do with this is check if you are right, but you can't find the word. Okay, it's just English. Okay, I'd like you just to check with the person next to you that you think it's right. Okay, so can you just say what you think the problem is to the person next to you, and you three, could you check together?
There is no more picture on the TV. When people take it up, I don't know if they don't see. Pictures.
The screen
The
doesn't
screen,
work?
yes, you have like cursors like in an oscillograph or something like that. Only like.
You have weight on the screen?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
So it's the matter with the TV?
Yes.
Yeah? It's right?
Yes.
Okay. So mine is a calculator. You know, the machine
Yes.
to make number.
Yes.
And as same of you, the screen doesn't work very well.
Is it a calculator or is it a computer?
No, it's a calculator.
Good. It's a tap. A tap. A tap. 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 Robinet. Ah. Tap. Ah, a tap. A tap. Puis.
Okay.
Ouais.
It's a recorder.
Yes, tape recorder. C'est touche? Oui, une touche. Touche, mais en English.
Tape, c'est enregistré.
C'est le tape recorder.
Oui.
Il y a une touche qui est coincée.
Regarde le piano. Tu vas trouver des touches.
And the other one?
Clac.
Voilà,
l'aiguille,
vraiment
de
l'aiguille.
On manque de vocabulaire.
Got the flying.
That is crazy.
Got the flying toaster. So it's getting a little hot. 6 grams bread.
Ouais.
It's a flying toaster.
C'est des clés. Ils appellent ça clé.
Ah, yes. Yeah, with wings. Okay, let's have a look together. It doesn't matter if you haven't found everything.
A large museum, black and white keys. Keys. It's not the same. Is it the same?
Same word.
The same word for
Piano.
for
The recorder
Yeah.
tape?
Yeah. Is it an handle?
Yes.
Yes, it's handle.
Handle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oven, c'est le feu.
Can you tell us what's wrong with your machine?
Yeah.
So it's a calculator,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't work.
Okay.
The screen of the calculator. On the
Vas-y, coup de pont, alors.
Ooh. So I repeat.
Yes, together.
It's a calculator.
Yes.
And on the calculator you have a screen. On this screen, numbers are marked.
Yes.
And those numbers, yes, they appear, but not all.
So what's the
Almost
simplest? Yes.
the middle of the number.
What's the simplest way of describing the problem?
The screen of the calculator doesn't work.
Yeah. Monique.
So it's a TV, and when you want to switch, when you switch on, you don't see pictures, but like waves.
Okay, so again we could say it.
It doesn't work.
Okay.
My toaster.
What's
My
wrong?
toaster doesn't work. The bread seems to be a little burnt, and it springs very high.
Okay, so we could say my toaster is
Broken.
is
Broken.
again.
My toaster is broken.
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 Good. Okay, again, Karine.
My toaster is broken.
Everybody.
My toaster is broken.
Yeah. Okay, so that's another simple way.
Yes, but we don't add the end of the word.
No.
Yes. It's broken.
Broken.
Mm-hmm.
There is a camera, but without film.
Okay. So that it's not the machine. That's the
It's the
problem.
machine,
Okay. Brigitte?
It's a tape recorder, and one key are broken. It's block.
Another word. Do you know the verb to
Stick.
Yes, and so what's the past?
Stuck. Stuck. Stuck.
Stuck. Or you could say the key sticks. It's stuck. Yeah. Does anyone have a problem with water?
Water. Yes.
Yes.
No.
Can you show us something?
C'est qui?
A tap.
A tap.
C'est a tap.
It's a tap. Yes.
Okay. And what's the problem with the tap?
The water. No. Good.
Okay, that's the noun. But what's the verb to? To drip.
To drip. Drop is
But you might describe it more simply, and you might say it won't. Good. Can you say it again?
Turn off. Okay. Turn off what? The truc. The tap.
It won't turn off.
Yeah.
Yeah, to turn off, and the opposite.
Turn on.
To turn on. Okay. Can I take your cards back? Now, I've got a questionnaire here because we're going to talk about the types of problems that you can have with products, machines, or in certain kinds of situations. Okay? So, I just would like to get your opinions about the quality of goods today. So I need 2 interviewers and 3 consumers.
After discussing the questionnaires, the students listened to a recording of conversations in which customers complain.
We could give you a discount on your next holiday with us.
No, that's quite unacceptable.
They then use some of the language they have heard on the tape with the pictures they were given earlier.
Do you remember these pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, I want you to take a picture again, and this time to say what's wrong, but to begin with a complaint. Okay? And I want somebody in the class to respond.
The teacher now looks at the language of complaints in detail.
One way of responding is to apologise. Okay? But because there is sorry, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's an apology. But we've got very, we've got I do, which are quite strong. And what about this one?
Finally, students use this language in a role play using cue cards.
I'll see what I can do. Perhaps the sofa is still at the manufacturer.
No, it's not possible because last week
it,
I prevent you